Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome to another video on the channel. In this video today, we are going to be looking at the Showdown series that EA have put out yesterday evening. Bobby Clark or Manuel Akanji. So, interesting one. Bobby Clark, honestly, I don't know if he's been playing recently. I've never heard of him before. Manuel Akanji, obviously, I know. We'll have a look at the cards, talk about the pricing, and then just a general which one I think's the better option, if I think they're worth it. So they're both 89s. The first thing I do whenever I look at any dynamic card, if I'm thinking of doing an SBC or considering um, actually going through with it in the end, is what are the odds of it actually getting the upgrade? So the Showdown ones, I do think they should revamp these a bit and allow them to get an extra play style or like a weak foot. They should, and it should say on the SBC. I think that would add a bit of hype to them. I think to start with, the cards do look okay, but when I looked at the odds, obviously, bookmakers' odds not always perfect. I'm not encouraging anyone to gamble on it. I'm just saying that I would look and see what they think in terms of the match. Liverpool at home, I was surprised to see that Man City were twice as likely to win according to the bookies. So according to that, they think Akanji is a lot more likely to get the upgrade. If they get an upgrade, as far as I'm aware, based on how they always do these SBCs, they'd go to a 91, and if it's a draw, they'd both go to a 90. So that's something to consider to begin with. For me, a midfielder would be more valuable, generally speaking, than a defender. English is a massive advantage over Swiss. Can't even really think of another Swiss player that you'd want to link Kanji to be honest. Where there's plenty of good English ones. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out iggm.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out iggm.com today. Clark as well, you're probably less likely to ever get any special cards from him compared to the Kanji. So there are a few advantages in that sense. But like I say, according to the bookmakers, that card, the Kanji card, is nearly twice as likely to get upgraded. So we do have to consider that to begin with. And then when I look at the cost of the card, they're both around 400k. I think a Kanji, when we look, Kanji's 380k according to Footbin, Clark's 402k. So both relatively reasonably well priced, I guess. You do have to bear in mind that with all the fodder you get to put towards, a lot of people could do these very cheap. But like I say, similar price, Clark a bit more, but twice as likely not to get the upgrade. Or Akanji's twice as likely to get the upgrade, depending which way you want to look at it. So that is something to think about. Two upgrades, would it be game changing for these cards? Probably not. Honestly, it probably matters more for defenders because they need the pace upgrades more. We'll have a look at the cards and see what I think of them in general. So, 4-4 on a midfielder. Does that stand out at this point? Not really, but it's solid. High is nice. In the Hullet gang, the lowest base stat on this card's 84. That's pretty damn good. He doesn't have a single stat below 80 other than free kick accuracy, which is absolutely irrelevant. Slide tackle, near enough irrelevant. And aggression would be a nice stat to have in midfield. But this card is really, really damn good in terms of how well-rounded it is. I literally just put my midfielder tier list video out today. Probably could put this card in there, to be honest. Midfielders, I want them to be all-rounded. Warriors playstyle's like relentless with 82 stamina. Probably means he can play most of the game in champs. First touch is okay. Press proven, pretty damn good. Intercept, solid on a midfielder. Long ball, very nice. Decisive pass, very nice. Finesse, pretty nice. And ping pass, really good. So his playstyles are pretty damn good. So in general, this card is a very solid card. If he gets a +2, it could go to like 90 pace, 90 shot, 88 dribbling, 92 passing, 87 defending, 8 physical. If this card gets the +2, he is very, very, very good value. So I think that is a pretty good SBC in itself. Akanji, more likely to get the upgrade according to the bookies. 4-star weak foot, pretty good on us. Centre back 6'2", pretty good. Most of the lengthy. Pace, pretty good. If he gets the pace upgrade, goes to at least 87, 88 if they win. Very, very solid. The passing, very good. 95 short and long. We really like that. He's not bad on the ball. His defending, I wouldn't say it's elite, but it's not a mile off. And the physicality is very good as well. And then his play styles are brilliant. The only play style he's missing that I do like on centre backs is Bruiser. He's got normal aerial, so he can be pretty good in the air at 6'2". Blocking at set nice, can anticipate. Jockey. This is one of the best Showdown SBCs I've seen in the sense of both cards are very, very usable. The Clark one, like I say, a bit easier to fit into your team. It's very, very rare that I would ever consider. I'm not going to do these because I've got so many untradables coming out my ears at this point that I just don't need them. But if you like collecting cards, want cards that are used, want to use a mix, and you do run Premier League teams or Liverpool or Man City fan, both these cards are very, very good. And it might be one of the few times I ever see a Showdown SBC and I'm like, it could be worth doing both if you like the look of the cards. That is how good both of these are. To me, pretty well priced. If they go up by +1 each, they're still very, very good, solid cards. Honestly, pretty decent. I like from here that they've given us a fairly popular player in Akanji, and Clark. I've never heard of him before. Let me have a look. How many games has he actually been playing for Liverpool this year? He's played 1 game in the Europa League and 5 in the Premier League. So that's probably why I've never heard of him. Fair enough. Like I said, nice to see him actually get a pretty decent card that's usable. So for me, very good. I think EA have taught that they might do more over the next week, but I could be wrong on that. I did do a big video about the SBCs in the game the other day. As a final point really about these SBCs though, if you think they could survive in your team, these cards probably could last, especially if they get the upgrade till near team of the season. Thinks of doing them. Some people just enjoy having these dynamic cards, different cards that you might not be able to get from other stuff. Clark, you'll probably never get another card like him, at least for a few years on FIFA, unless he suddenly makes it big at Liverpool. Akanji, pretty good card. If you can link these cards in and you're happy with how they are without the upgrades, I think they're pretty good. If you pick either of these and they get a +2, they become very, very good value at 400k. It's just obviously a risk. In the Showdown SBCs, you can never quite guarantee which way they'll go. Clark, I would say, is a slightly worse midfielder than Akanji is a defender. I think it's easier, though, to be a good defender. I think 5-star weak foot play styles would matter a bit more for Clark. He could do with that. Akanji, honestly, just needs a little bit more defending, a little bit more pace. So if they both get the upgrades, I think this Akanji is honestly thereabouts an S-tier defender. I think Clark, even with a +2, might be like an A-tier midfielder. So, good cards, but pretty good value as well. Appreciate you guys watching. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've done either of those, if you've watched the match tomorrow. Keep it spicy. Hope to see you guys the next one. Peace.